So, hello everyone back here, and we are on week 22nd, session 2. And yes, continue. Continue should be with the new topic. Your gray hairs are an asset. You know,
Your gray,
this topic is actually very sensitive for me. Gray hair, they say na the silver lining as you go old, the silver lining comes. So your gray hair is not actually gray hair. You can say that you entered a silver spoon. Yes, continue.
your gray hairs are an asset. Don't ever quit a job and say, I am retired, I am old, I'm finished. That would be stagnation, death, and you would be finished. Some men are old at 30 while others are young at 80. The mind is the master weaver, the architect, the designer, and the sculptor. George Bernard Shaw was active at 90, and the artistic quality of his mind had not relaxed from active duty. I meet men and women who tell me that some employers almost slam the door in their face when they see that they are over 40. This attitude on the part of the employers is to be considered cold, callous, evil, and completely void of compassion and understanding. The total emphasis seems to be on youth, that is, you must be under 35 years of age to receive consideration. The reasoning behind this is certainly very shallow. If the employer would stop and think, he would realize that the man and woman was not selling their age or gray hair, rather, he was willing to give of his talents, his experience, and his wisdom, gathered through years of experience in the marketplace of life.
See, so that means such a depth point that when we age, we are actually full of wisdom, experience and understanding and talents. That is, you can say, the peak of it. And as we start aging, we actually, I should say, we actually make ourselves useless. It is like rejecting oneself completely. कि सब कुछ ही बेकार है. It is not like that. So the reasoning behind this is certainly very shallow. If the employer would stop and think, he would realize that the man and woman was not selling his age or gray hair, rather, he was willing to give up on his talents, his experience, and his wisdom gathered through years of experience in the marketplace. Right? So there is no end, for your growth. So there is no end for your growth. So whenever you want and however you want, the solution is already there. Ritika, I can point out here something that as you were talking about somebody looking for a opportunity of a business again. When one has
Yes,
done
ma'am.
when one has already done that business, he has a lot of understanding about the market. He already has a understanding about his talents and how wonderful salesperson he has been to run an institution or to run a job, or sorry, a business. One needs to understand how good they are in their selling of the product, right? So it one setback does not mean you can't start again. It is like this time you have much more wisdom that what made you brought downfall will not happen. You are rich in that experience. Okay. So if you start motivating that person that you are rich in experience of what you are having, you have done already. You just have to understand the kind of market, because the place where he was earlier and where he is now are two different cultures, right?
Yes,
So so that has to
yes.
be made. So there is no difficulty. He can get a good loan somewhere, or he can combine with people who are of the same interest, right? Like we are reading this book because we all somewhere or the other are looking or seeking for answers on a similar platform, right? So we all came together and we are just discussing openly and chatting also, sharing our experiences.
Mhm.
Similarly, the person who wants to start the business can actually meet people
Mhm.
of the similar business here. and he can collaborate also. He can start on his own also, as his own talents and things help him. So the subconscious mind has all the answers, you know. So if he asks himself exactly what he is looking up to, like he wants to do in business in partnership, or he wants to do it in solely. So if he has to do it in partnership, he can look out for people. So this help is always available. Only we have to shift the mindset that now I am not a broke. I am rich in experience. It's the same thing, no? In both ways, the person has just shifted his mindset. One mindset is that I have lost the business, and the second mindset, no, I have grown, I have matured out of it, and I am better in this thing. I know much more than that, right? So you can totally accept your experience, or you can totally reject. It's all up to us. That is all the mindset says, no? That is what the entire book is saying, that how you accept it. And your subconscious will show you the same thing. So ask him if he has taken, while he was, you know, when he says that he had lost the business, वो एकदम से नहीं होता है. He must have, you know,
Right.
taken those heterogeneous suggestions from people. Market नीचे जा रही है, and he starts believing लोग नहीं आएंगे. What happens is खुद ही business बंद हो जाता है. You know, when I share so many morning posts in so many various platforms, so at times I notice myself that when I'm posting in one group and I see that there is no movement in that group, not even other people's posting, you know, I start feeling, should I put, yeah, chhod do aaj? You know, should I add or should I leave it? So what is there? Nobody is telling me. Nobody is telling me any damn thing to write or not write. Okay, but my inner conscious starts telling me, ये करूं कि नहीं करूं? Should I post today or should I not? Should I skip? आज छोड़ देती हूँ. कोई response तो आ नहीं रहा. See, this is my consciousness telling because of the outer world. Okay, so what I keep on repeating, I'll see a rejection from there. कि बस करो मत करो. So there is no rejection, na. So when I start acknowledging myself, that what am I talking about here, I can only think that the people, because you know people are there, and it's a group of 500 people, and they are actually embracing the post. So I can think that way also, na, that I'm adding value to the group. That is what I'm saying. Na. As we age, we say that I can say I'm valuable. I can say I'm not valuable. Right? Both ways I'll be creating the reality. So if I'm not able to understand, I leave it for that moment, but then I come back to that posting and then I again post on. No, people are learning, whatever I'm putting as an input, it is going reaching to the maximum. So 2 दिन में 2 पढ़ेंगे, फिर 4 पढ़ेंगे, फिर करते करते 10 लोग पढ़ेंगे, and this is what I'm seeing actually, that it shows you in your analysis that how many people have gone through. And I have started seeing that the number is increasing in that group. The people who are seeing me consistently posting have started reading. So when they have started reading, they'll start reacting also. Right? So the growth is in me. Growth is in the self. So we can only bring up and we can only break down. Right?
Right.
So
Right.
explain him these things, that it is all in his own mind. He can, go back to their business in a wonderful way and expand again back to that area where he had left. Yes, Sandari, you want to say something?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Continue. Will be continue.
Age is an asset. Your age should be a distinct asset to any organization because of your practice and application through the years of the principles of Golden Rule and the law of love and goodwill. Your gray hair, if you have any, should stand for greater wisdom, skill, and understanding. Your emotional and spiritual maturity should be a tremendous blessing to any organization. A man should not be asked to resign when he is 65 years of age. This is a time of life when he could be most useful in handling personal problems, making plans for the future, making decisions, and guiding others in the realm of creative ideas based on his experience and insight into the nature of the business.
Hmm. See, so he is given a productive side of the age. A productive side is not to resign, and when he is 65 years of age, he can handle personal problems better because he's matured out of it. When we have seen, at after some point of time, we start laughing at what we did at the age of 20 or 30. So after at the age of 60, 65, we are much more mature than when we were kids. So now we can laugh at, and we can actually help, youngsters come out of all these issues. Instead of blaming and saying that no, you are far ahead, or you are not you are going against to the values. It is better to make them understand and live the life through values so that the children understand what is value. We are not here to, hang people or control people. So as an old elderly person, if we start understanding that yes, there is a generation gap, yet the basic values and morals are same, right? So that is what that brings, handling the personal problems becomes much easier. So making plans for the future and making decisions and guiding others in the realm of creative ideas based on his experience and insight into the nature of business, this purpose makes any old person as a very valuable person. People can come to us to ask how did you handle this situation. So if one can become a real inspiration only when we are not exaggerating about something. It has been actually an experience. So it is like a golden age, right? So yes, continue. Be your age.
Be your age. A motion picture writer in Hollywood told me that he had to write scripts. He would cater to the 12-year-old mind. This is a tragic state of affairs if the great masses of people are expected to become emotionally and spiritually mature. It means that the emphasis is placed on youth in spite of the fact that youth stands for inexperience, lack of discernment, and hasty judgment.
Hmm. That is what I was saying. Na, sir, we don't have to change anybody. We can just give them inputs, valuable inputs. So this is what he's saying. We should cater to 12. He had to write scripts which would cater to 12-year-old mind. So this is the tragic state of affairs. If the great masses of people are expected to become emotionally and spiritually mature, it means that the emphasis is placed on youth, in spite of the fact that youth stands for inexperience, lack of discernment, and hasty judgment. So that is why I think be your age. Yes.
I can keep up with the best of them. I am now thinking of a man 65 years of age who is trying frantically to keep young. He swims with young men every Sunday, goes on long hikes, plays tennis, and boasts of his prowess and physical powers, saying, "Look, I can keep up with best of them." He should remember the great truth. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Diets, exercises, and games of all kind will not keep this man young. It is necessary for him to observe that he grows old or remains young in accordance with his process of thinking. Your subconscious mind is conditioned by your thoughts. If your thoughts are constantly on the beautiful, the noble, and the good, you will remain young regardless of the chronological years.
Hmm. See, if your thoughts are constantly on beautiful, noble, and good, because these are creating a happy state of mind, right? So when we are creating a happy state of mind, obviously things are going to move better, and we stay young. Yes, continue. Fear of old age.
Fear of old age. Job said, "The thing which I greatly feared is come upon me." There are many people who fear old age and are uncertain about the future because they anticipate mental and physical deterioration as the years advance. What they think and feel come to pass. You grow old when you lose interest in life, when you cease to dream, to hunger after new truths, and to search for new worlds to conquer. When your mind is open to new ideas, new interests, and when you raise the curtain and let it sunshine an inspiration of new truths of life and the universe, you will be young and vital.
Hmm. So the curiosity mindset, So
Mm,
the
right.
the the thing which is greatly feared is come upon me. That means if I keep on thinking as some being a very sadistic, so I will come as a very sadistic person. But if growing old makes you go beyond limits, even if you are saying that you are retiring, that means the old responsibilities are gone. But there are new to explore, new ways to explore, new areas to explore, and that can be done. So you grow old when you lose interest in life, when you cease to dream, to hunger after new truths and to search for new worlds of to conquer. When your mind is open to new ideas, new interests, and when you raise the curtain and let in the sunshine and inspiration of new truths of life and the universe, you will be young and vital. Yes. So, everybody should have that mindset of exploring new things and experiencing the best. Thinking good always, most important. So, what happens is when we enter a new territory, the fear takes up. So understand that the fear of the unknown is only fearful until we think good about a situation. Whatever will happen, it will happen good. If you enter with this notion instead of fear, everything will actually fall into place. But if we enter with a fear, then things will come actually haphazard, because this is what our subconscious is showing us. So when you instruct your subconscious, सब कुछ ठीक होगा, everything will be very fine. You will actually start exploring, and that is going beyond fears. Right? Continue.
You have much to give. If you're 65 or 95 years of age, realize you have much to give. You can help stabilize, advise, and direct the younger generation. You can give the benefits of your knowledge, your experience, and your wisdom. You can always look ahead, for at all times you are gazing into infinite life. You will find that you can never cease to unveil the glories and wonders of life. Try to learn something new every moment of the day, and you will find your mind will always be young.
Hmm. See? So again, the curiosity. The curiosity leads to more and more adventure. It creates more and more fun into life, and we stop thinking like taking life as very hard and difficult, uneasy, and we leave those words, and it's wonderful. Yes, continue. Try to learn
110 years old.
See, try to learn something new every moment of the day,
Hmm.
and you will
Right,
find
right.
your mind will always be young because it is being
Hmm.
used. Your mechanism is being used. When we don't use that mechanism, obviously it is going to go dull. Yes, chalo, continue.
110 years old. Some years ago, while lecturing in Bombay in India, I was introduced to a man who said he was 110 years old. He had the most beautiful face I have ever seen. He seemed transfigured by the radiance of an inner light. There was a rare beauty in his eyes, indicating he had grown old in years, with gladness and with no indication that his mind had dimmed its lights.
Hmm. See,
So his mind was
suppose,
basically
yes.
young.
See, one imagine now, he is lecturing in Bombay. So that means the person who's attending that lecture is 110 years old, is quite active to come to that. See, to attend that lecture at the age of 110. So I was introduced to a man who said he was 110 years old and a very gracious face. Why a beautiful face? Because inside he was very lighter. The more you are lighter inside, the more you glow and the more you become angelic. Yes, Sandeep, anything?
नो मैम,
Okay.
ऑन हो रहा है बीच में, नथिंग.
वो आपको कहने के लिए उकसा रहा है, कुछ बोलो.
यस.
You have elderly na at home. So what is your experience about it?
I just feel, but अब तो वो हो गया ना कि I'm trying to change that experience also, so how can I speak about it?
No, it is fine,
मतलब मैं
but
पुराने
general.
को भूलकर भाई, generally whatever impression they've got now, I want them to be healthy, मतलब till
They are
they
healthy.
are on this earth.
हाँ,
They
so
are
they are.
healthy till they live on this earth. Like, I don't want them कि मतलब है ना, अब तो मैं बोल भी नहीं पाती because now I'm seeing them कि ठीक है, जब तक जिएंगे मस्त तो रहेंगे, ठीक
हाँ,
है ना. बट या पहले की मेरी जो थॉट्स सही है, जो वो डिपिक्ट करते हैं, वो ओवरकम करना करते जा रहे हैं, करते रहेंगे, मतलब क्या
करते
बोलूं.
जा रहे हैं. Yes, yes, of course. See,
हाँ,
it is
या
if we are thinking as a higher mind and we are sending it, they
या
are again saying na think noble and say noble. So think noble means when you are seeing your elderly as active, though they might not be, but continuously sending a good thought that they are active,
and
they
I'm
are active.
I'm sending a thought to myself कि till I'm on earth I'll be very active, very happy, very healthy
Hmm.
and
See,
मतलब full of all money, love. जब तक मैं अर्थ पे हूँ, मतलब एज डजंट मैटर टू मी, मतलब मेरा तो यही होना है.
good na?
हाँ, दैट इज व्हाट आई डू. फ्रॉम मेरे को कोई फ्यूचर को लेकर एंजाइटी नहीं रहती, कभी भी नहीं रहती, बिकॉज आई नो देयर इज नो फ्यूचर. व्हाट एवर यू आर डूइंग इन द प्रेजेंट इज ओनली कमिंग.
हाँ, right.
तो फ्यूचर ही नहीं है तो फिर किस चीज को एंजाइटी. पास्ट इट डजंट एग्जिस्ट. वो एक
हाँ,
क्रिएशन आपने किया था जो डिस्ट्रॉय भी हो चुका है.
हो चुका है.
सो व्हाई
Correct.
आर यू लिविंग द, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली वन मोमेंट बैक जो मैंने क्रिएशन किया था, या एक मिनट पहले जो मेरी 3D की रियलिटी थी, दैट अभी तो नहीं है ना.
Hmm.
7:30 what I was doing right now, I'm not doing, though I've already created and I've destroyed it also. So
Yes,
when I've already destroyed it, why am I pondering on it? Whether it
yes,
was good or bad, either ways.
yes,
मतलब,
correct.
so that is what I'm trying for. Yeah.
Correct. Absolutely correct. So,
That,
you know,
yes, that's
the
very
way we
important.
shift to our better thoughts, I see the people around me also have, become more independent and become more self-reliant. And it's good. So the elderly who have been thinking that, you have to do, or you are there for me, or this and that, all that stuff is going. And they are actually improving. So that is a wonderful thing. Yes, continue. Continue, Shilpi. We have a long chapter. Yes.
Retirement is a new venture. Be sure that your mind never retires. It must be like a parachute, which is no good unless it opens up. Be open and receptive to new ideas. I have seen men of 65 and 70 retire. They seemed to rot away, and in few months passed on. They obviously felt that life was at an end. Retirement can be a new venture, a new challenge, and a new path in the beginning of the fulfillment of a long dream. It is inexpressibly depressing to hear a man say, "What shall I do now that I am retired?" He's saying, in effect, I am mentally and physically dead. My mind is bankrupt of ideas. All this is a false picture. The real truth is that you can accomplish more at 90 than you did at 60 because each day, as you are growing in wisdom and understanding of life and the universe through your new studies and interests.
Wonderful. So this is the motto now. We can do much more at 90, what we did at 60. Right? Continue.
मैम लुइस है तो ये कहती है ना कि आई स्टार्टेड माय लाइफ एट व्हाटएवर 60 or
60 or
50, late
something. Yes,
50s.
yes, yes.
Something. So she always says is age doesn't matter. मतलब I started earning और सब कुछ मैंने अपनी लाइफ में फेम आफ्टर 60s किया है.
So that is what now. Only when you open up to that subconscious powers, you are limited. So when you open up to your subconscious powers, you become unlimited. So age is just a number. It is fine. So it does not, stop us from living. Only we stop ourselves.
मैम नाउ आई एम एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंडिंग इट. पहले तो जब बहुत विजिबल अंडरस्टैंडिंग होती थी ना, तब
Hmm.
मुझे कुछ चीज समझ आती थी. लाइक सपोज आई एम टॉकिंग टू अ फ्रेंड ए, तो मुझे
Hmm.
अब समझ जाता है वो मुझसे ऐसे क्यों कह रही थी, समवेयर आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिलेट, पर मेरी भी कोई पार्ट से मेरा वो चल रहा है अभी। जैसे
हम्म
सपोज आवर कॉमन फ्रेंड, आई वोंट लाइक टू नेम हर हियर, कि जो
हम्म
वो बोल रही है ना, एक दो चीजें मेरे को कॉल कर बोलती रहती थी पहले, आजकल तो आई प्रॉब्लली
हम्म
बिकॉज आई वांट टू मतलब चेंज माय एनर्जीज, आई एम नॉट पिकिंग
हम्म
अप ओल्ड एनर्जीज
हम्म
व्हाटएवर। तो मैम सो मच इज देयर कि मतलब वॉट एवर शी इज सेइंग, ऐसे तो अगर मैं ऊपर ऊपरी तौर पर देखूंगी तो हर लाइफ एंड माई लाइफ आर नॉट द सेम,
हम्म
ठीक है अभी भी, बट कुछ चीजें
हम्म
वो ऐसी बताती है कि अब मैंने कल रात में मैंने सोचा कि वाई शी कमिंग अप टू मी अगेन एंड अगेन। मैम
हम्म
स्टिल उसके एक बात पर जो मुझे एडवाइस मैं उससे कर रही हूँ ना,
हम्म
कि वाई व्हेन यू कैन डू इट देन वाई यू रनिंग अवे एंड लेटिंग व्हेन यू आर द क्रिएटर।
हम्म
मतलब सेम पार्ट पर मतलब आप रिलेट ही नहीं कर पाते हो कहीं ना
हम्म
कहीं, मतलब क्योंकि डिफरेंट कंटेक्स्ट में है वो बिल्कुल,
हम्म
और कहीं ना कहीं सेम चीज से मेरी लाइफ में भी चल रहा है, एंड इवन आई एम डूइंग द सेम थिंग।
सी
मतलब वो नहीं बोल रही, लीव अपार्ट द हस्बैंड पार्ट, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द हस्बैंड पार्ट, बट इंडिया ये जो उसका चल रहा है ना, घर
हम्म
छोड़ ये वो, कुछ कुछ कुछ
हाँ
कुछ तो, बट इतने महीने जब वो मुझसे बात करती थी, 6 7
हम्म
मंथ से, आई वाज नॉट 8 मंथ से 10 मंथ से, आई वाज नॉट रिकग्नाइजिंग इट। अभी
हम्म
मुझे, अभी मैं बिल्कुल साइलेंट हो गई हूँ, फ्रॉम लास्ट 2 3 डेज आई एम ऑब्जर्विंग, ये मेरे से बोला ऐसा तो ये क्यों बोल रही है, either
हम्म
I'm asking universe for knowledge or it's in my consciousness। और मैम
हम्म
बिल्कुल जो भी लोग बाग बोल रहे हैं ना,
हम्म
एग्जैक्टली वो कहीं ना कहीं मेरा एक पार्ट में मतलब उधर
रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहा
कहीं
है
ना कहीं थोड़ा सा रेजिस्टेंस है,
हाँ करेक्ट
मतलब थोड़ा सा आपका अनसेटल्ड मतलब एनर्जीज, यू हैव टू, रेजिस्टेंस इज द रॉन्ग वर्ड, थोड़ा सा एनर्जी का फ्री फ्लो आपको वहां लाना है, आप ला रहे हो
करेक्ट
बट और ज्यादा लाना है।
हाँ
सो दैट इज व्हाट
एक्चुअली
आई, मैम टेबल बदल रहे हैं बस, आप कोई
मैं
और का तो देख रहे हो हस्बैंड वाइफ का, इधर आप कोई का देख रहे हो फ्रेंड्स के बीच में, इधर देख रहे हो ब्रदर सिस्टर्स का, तो आप रिलेट ही नहीं कर पाते हो
हम्म
चीजों को, पर
हम्म
एनर्जी द सेम, मतलब ओनली
हाँ
वो किसी और लेवल के कॉन्टेक्स्ट, आप कोई और लेवल के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बात कर रहे हो, बट एनर्जी इज एग्जैक्टली द सेम।
यस
तो वो मैम अब समझ आता है कि क्यों हो रहा है, मतलब वो अगर आपको क्या दिखा रहे हैं, बिकॉज राम जी ने भी बोला था ना कि टिल आपके अंदर का कुछ एनर्जी होगा, वो हमें भी तो कहते थे कि आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज द मतलब बिटवीन यू एंड मी, मतलब व्हाट इज मतलब
हम्म
स्टिल जो भी है क्वांटम कहते थे कनेक्शन और व्हाट
एंटेंगलमेंट
एवर एंटेंगलमेंट। तो नाउ आई एम अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि जो भी मेरी लाइफ में है ना, उनसे
हम्म
कहीं ना कहीं या तो आई वांट देम, ठीक
हम्म
है, तो जो मुझे
हम्म
बेनिफिट दे रहे हैं वो तो मैंने क्रिएट करे, दैट इज ओके, और कहीं अगर कोई नॉट सो गुड आ रही है, ठीक
हम्म
है, तो कहीं ना
हम्म
कहीं मतलब मेरा एंटेंगलमेंट कहीं ना कहीं पर
that
बहुत
is
सटल लेवल पर है मैम,
that is where you
सटल
have to
लेवल,
that is
हाँ
where you have to just think मतलब you have to focus now वो ये ना where there is a
नहीं
problem there
फोकस
is a
करना,
solution
अप्रोच चेंज कर दी, आपकी अप्रोच चेंज कर दी और आपने अपनी वो कर ली, वो तो समझ
yes
आ गई, लेकिन समझ आती तब तो अपन करते हैं, पर अब तो मैंने बहुत ध्यान रखने लगे कि कोई भी कोई अनसेटल्ड एनर्जी सामने है, मतलब इज इट समथिंग, ऐसे ध्यान नहीं देती, पर अगर बहुत बार आ जाए, चार
हाँ
पांच बार 6 बार स्ट्रॉन्ग, तो फिर भैया जस्ट गो लुक इनसाइड, बिकॉज
हम्म
अदरवाइज वो आपके पास में आ नहीं सकते, अगर कोई फ्रेंड भी कोई प्रॉब्लम ला रही है तो
हम्म
ऑब्वियसली वो कोई और के पास में क्यों नहीं जा रही, शी हैज गॉट 10 इक्वल गुड फ्रेंड्स ना,
yes yes
why is she coming to you, because
yes
there is some quantum entanglement between your energy and her energy, they are
हम्म
just mirroring your energy। पर
हम्म
मैम इसके लिए बहुत शांति होनी पड़ती है, क्योंकि हम देखते हैं, सपोज कोई गर्लफ्रेंड बॉयफ्रेंड के रिलेशनशिप में देख रहा है, कोई वो वही चीज पेरेंट्स और खुद के रिलेशनशिप में देख सकते हो, कोई बच्चों के संग देख सकता है, मतलब
हाँ
हम उससे रिलेट
see
नहीं कर
this
पाते, क्योंकि वो लेवल चेंज होते ही मैम सब कुछ चेंज हो जाता है।
see this is the wisdom na like we were saying that as you grow old this is the wisdom we
मैम
can
विजडम,
share with people and we can make
तो
understand
मैम ये जैसे
before
आ नहीं रहा था समझ,
हाँ
ये पहले समझ नहीं आ रहा था, ये पहले समझ नहीं आ रहा था, पर इसके लिए मैम बहुत जैसे फ्रॉम लास्ट, मैं 2 महीने से बाहर चली थी, मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आया, मतलब पार्टी
हम्म
ये ईटिंग आउट मूवीज कुछ नहीं आया, 2 3 दिन से क्या आई हैव कंफाइंड माई सेल्फ मोर टू माई रूम, अगर बाहर जाती हूँ दैट इज जस्ट फॉर मतलब माई पर्पज की, ठीक है आई वांट टू ईट समथिंग विद अ पर्पज आई गो आउट,
हाँ
अदरवाइज ये सब चीजें समझ ही नहीं आती है, आप बाहर में इतना उलझ जाते हो कि अंदर कहाँ
so that
देखोगे।
is that is the reason we have been reading this book for since so long na to understand the mind and its creation and how we are working on it
हाँ या
right yes
हाँ
चलो आगे पढ़ते हैं अब हम we have only
हाँ
4 minutes for this session then we will
हाँ
join
जी
the
मैम,
third one yes continue Shilpi
अच्छा थर्ड इज ऑल्सो
Yeah, third is also there because this is the last today, na? So we have to finish it off, and we have still 5, 6 pages left. Yes, continue, Shilpi. You're not audible.
Yeah, he graduated to better job.
Hmm.
An executive who lives near me was forced to retire a few months ago because he had reached the age of 65. He said to me, I look upon my retirement as promotion from kindergarten to the first grade. He philosophized in this manner. He said that when he left high school, he went up the ladder by going to college. He realized this was a step forward in his education and understanding of life in general. Likewise, he added, now he could do the things he had always wanted to do, and therefore his retirement was still another step forward on the ladder of life and wisdom. He came to the wise conclusion that he was no longer going to consider on making a living. Now he was going to give all his attention to living life. He is an amateur photographer and he took additional courses on the subject. He took a trip around the world and took movies of famous places. He now lectures before various groups, lodges, and clubs and is in popular demand. There are countless ways of taking an interest in something worthwhile outside yourself. Become enthusiastic over new creative ideas, make spiritual progress, and continue to learn and grow. In this manner, you remain young in heart because you are hungering and thirsting after new truths, and your body will reflect your thinking at all times.
Continue, Shilpi. This is a long chapter, and it's quite
You
clear.
must be a producer, not a prisoner of society. The newspapers are taking cognizance of the fact that the voting population of the elderly in California elections is increasing by leaps and bounds. This means that their voices will be heard in the legislature of the state and also in the halls of Congress. I believe there will be enacted a federal law prohibiting employers from discrimination against men and women because of age. A man of 65 years may be younger mentally, physically, and physiologically than men at 30. It is stupid and ridiculous to tell a man he cannot be hired because he's over 40. It is like saying to him that he's ready for the scrap heap or the junk pile. What is a man of 40 or over to do? Must he bury his talents and hide his light under a bushel? Men who are deprived and prevented from working because of age must be sustained by government treasuries at county, state, and federal levels. The many organizations who refuse to hire them and benefit from their wisdom and experience will be taxed to support them. This is a form of financial suicide. Man is here to enjoy the fruit of his labor, and he is here to be a producer, not a prisoner of society, which compels him to idleness. Man's body slows down gradually as he advances through the years, but his conscious mind can be made much more active, alert, alive, and quickened by the inspiration from his subconscious mind. His mind in reality never grows old. Job said, oh, that I were as in months past, as in the days when God preserved me, when his candle shined upon my head, and when by his light I walked through darkness, as I was in the days of my youth, when the